Krishna Krishna
Shri Krishna.
Hare Ram Ram Hare
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna dear devotees. So today is Tuesday. It is 22nd of July. And it is Shridhara Masa or Shravana Masa, Krishna Paksham, and it is the Dwadasi, Trayodasi Tithi. So today is break the fast for Ekadasi fasting for yesterday Karmika Ekadasi for that one. So between the time, Dwadasi Parayana time is between 5:10 and 10:27. So it has already started and it will go up to 10:27. Devotees who are fasting still, who are fasting completely, even from water, they can break the fast with water, or for taking water, they can break the fast with fruits. And next level is the vegetable or prasadam or grain prasadam. So like this, gradually, so that the body system also grabs everything slowly. Okay, so that is Dwadasi Parayana time, no? Apart from that, no events. We shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami describing to Parikshit Maharaj why Buddha was here in this material world, and that is the desire of the Krishna. So, thinking that Krishna was thinking, this is Amoga Vanchitaha. Amoga Vanchitaha. This is the desire of Krishna. So, Asma Lokad Bhuparte, Mai Jnana Madashayam. Arhati Buddha Evadha Samprati Atmavatam Varaha. So, Buddha has got that transcendental knowledge about myself. Madashri, Jnanam Madashriyam. Transcendental knowledge means if it is relating to Krishna, that is only called transcendental knowledge. If the knowledge anything belongs to of any up to Brahma, anything else, that is not transcendental knowledge, unless it is connecting to Krishna. Some other, it must be connected to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is called transcendental knowledge. So Asma Loka Guparate Mai Jnanam Madashriyam. So that's why, even though if I live here and then Arhati Buddhva Evadha, only Buddhva is the Arhati, he is the qualified and deserved to be live in this material world. Samprati Atmavatam Varaha, he has got the full knowledge. Atmavatam Varaha, he is the best of all the transcendentalists. Atmavatam Varaha. So likewise, Krishna was thinking. And also further, he is think more about Buddha's qualification from the Krishna's perspective. So Buddha is in any way, he is not less than my qualities, less than my qualities. And he is transcendental to three material modes of nature. He is not affected by these three material modes of nature, Buddha. So because of these reasons, he can live in this material world to spread my knowledge, my transcendental knowledge to everyone else. Likewise, Krishna was thinking, and also Krishna's view about Buddha, here we could see. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning to Parikshit Maharaj. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 4, verse number 31. न बुद्धवो अनुपि मन्यूनो यद्गुणैः आदितः प्रभुः अतो मद्वयुनं लोकं ग्राह्यन् इह तिष्ठतु. Na buddhavo anu api manyuno. So this is na buddhavaha. So buddhava, he is not anu api, in the little bit also, slightly also. Anu api manyuno, and about mat and nyunaha, inferior. He is not even a pinch is less than me, something like that he is mentioning. So he is equal to me. Buddhava is equal to me. Na buddho anu api manyuno. He is not anyway not inferior to Krishna. Yad gunaihi na arditaha prabhu, and yad gunaihi arditaha na arditaha. So yad gunaihi, the gunaihi is the three material modes of nature. Yad gunaihi na arditaha, he is not affected, and prabhu, he is the Lord. So Prabhu in the sense, he is the master of the senses. He is not affected by three material modes of nature. Na buddho anopi manyono yad gunaihi na arditaha prabhu. He is not affected by three material modes of nature. So ato mad vayunam lokam. Ato mad vayunam lokam. So therefore, mad vayunam. Mad vayunam is the knowledge of myself, that personality of Godhead. Lokam, in this world. Grahayam iha tishtatu. Just to disseminate that knowledge. Iha tishtatu. In this world, he can remain here. So this is the desire of Krishna. So that is the reason he is stay back, not going back with all other Krishna's Edu family. Na buddho anopi manyonu yad gunaihi na aditaha prabhu. Ato mad vayunam lokam grahayan iha tishtatu. The translation. Buddhava is not inferior to me in any way because he is never affected by the modes of material nature. Therefore, he may remain in this world in order to disseminate specific knowledge of the personality of Godhead. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, second request, Hangma Mataji to read the purport, please.
Hare Krishna. The specific qualification for becoming the representative of the Lord is to be unaffected by the material modes of nature. The highest qualification of a person in the material world is to be Brahmana. But since a Brahmana is in the mode of goodness, to be a Brahmana is not sufficient for becoming a representative of the Lord. One has to transcend the mode of goodness also and be situated in unalloyed goodness, unaffected by any of the qualities of material nature. Thus, this stage of transcendental qualification is called Suddha Sattva or Vasudeva, and in this stage, the signs of God can be realized. As the Lord is not affected by the modes of material nature, so a pure devotee of the Lord is also not affected by the modes of nature. That is the primary qualification for being one with the Lord. A person who is able to attain this transcendental qualification is called Jivan Mukta or liberated, even though he is apparently in material conditions. The This liberation is uh, achieved by one. This liberation is achieved by one who constantly engages in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.187, it is stated, Dhayasya Harer Dasi Karmana Manasa Gira Nikhilas Nikhilas api avasthasu jivan mukta sa uchayate. Anyone who by his actions, minds and words lives only for the transcendental loving service of the Lord is certainly a liberated soul, even though he may appear to be in a condition of material existence. Uddhava was in such a transcendental position, and thus he was selected to be the factual representative of the Lord in his bodily absence from the vision of the world. Such a devotee of the Lord is never affected by material strength, intelligence, or even renunciation. Such a devotee of the Lord can withstand all onslaughts of material nature, and therefore he is known as Goswami. Only such Goswami can penetrate the mysteries of the Lord's transcendental loving relationships. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
thank you, Mataji. Very nicely read. Okay, so here in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning the specific qualification for becoming the representative of the Lord is to be unaffected by the material modes of nature. So that is the means he is not agitated by the senses or any, he does not distinguish this is good, this is not good like that. Whatever comes in his path while he is engaging in the devotional service, he without disturbing, he will take it and go forward. So that is the qualification of a devotee. And we can see by whenever Arjuna was asking, what is the different, how can I understand whether he is a devotee or not, how he speaks, how he sits, how he thinks, and what are his different symptoms. Then Krishna described all those things. He is not affected by material modes of nature. He is equal vision, those things. Okay, so coming to here, the highest qualification of a person in the material world is to be a Brahmana. But since Brahmana is in the mode of goodness, to be a Brahmana is not sufficient for becoming a representative of the Lord. So here, Brahmana is also not completely, he, he is in the mode of goodness, but that is not enough. The person not sufficient for becoming representative of the Lord. So he must be transcend to this three material goodness as well. So this is called Sat Vishuddha Sattva. माया हि यस्य जगदण्ड शतानि सूते त्रैगुण्य तद्विष वेद वितायमान सत्त्वावलम्बी परसत्त्वं विशुद्ध सत्त्वं गोविन्दमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So one who is a representative of the Lord, he also have got the same qualities as Krishna, but in a minute quantity. Quantity is minute, but same qualities. Same qualities. Again, coming to there are 64 qualities of Krishna. Out of that, humans or people of this material world can achieve up to 50 qualities. Beyond that, Lord Shiva qualities and Narayana qualities, and then Krishna's qualities. That is, Krishna has got 64 qualities. So that is further. But here, unless he is situated, he cannot be a representative. Sattva parasatvam vishuddha sattvam. Vishuddha sattvam. This is called unalloyed goodness. So one has to transcend the modes of goodness also to be situated in unalloyed goodness. This one, once Lord Shiva mentions that सत्त्वं विशुद्धं वसुदेव सिद्धितं यदीते तत्र पुमान् अपावृतः सत्त्वे च तस्मिन् भगवान् वासुदेवो ह्यदोक्तिजो मे नमसा विधीयते. When I situate in the Vishuddha Sattva or Vasudeva Sthiti, then, oh Sati, so Lord Shiva says to Sati Devi that I offer my obeisances in that particular state to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hedokchijo me namasa hed vidiyate. So likewise, sattvaavalambi vishuddham this is sattum vishuddha sat. What is that one? So this is called sattvaavalambi parasattum vishuddha sattum. Sattva avalambi. This is beyond the three material modes of nature. How can that be achieved? Mamchayo abhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Sagunan samatite chan brahma bhoyaya kalpate. When we engage in the devotional service to Krishna, automatically he will overcome all these senses. This is unaffected by the qualities of the material nature. So this is again what is devotional service means. Sometimes we may think, do we work there and to get some remuneration? That is not the service, pure loving devotional service. This is ahituki apratihata, without any material motivation, without any interruption. That is called unflinching devotional service. This stage of transcendental qualification is called Suddha Sattva or Vasudeva. And in this stage, the signs of God can be realized. This is yadiyate tatra puman apavritah. See, sattvam vishuddham vasudev sabditam yadiyate tatra puman apavritah. Puman apavritah. The Lord will be revealed. Tat yadiyate. So the Lord will be revealed in that particular state. Sattvam vishuddha sat. That is vishuddha sattvam. Okay, so and then further, as the Lord is not affected by the modes of material nature, so the pure devotee of the Lord is not affected by material modes of nature. It is not, again, some people, yogis, they are also na ijhamanya bhaktya, uh, unless they engage themselves in the devotional service, they cannot come out of this Bhagavati Akilatmani. Sadrusu Asitivah Panta Yoginam Brahma Siddhaye. They cannot achieve that situation unless he become a devotee of the Lord. Naijhamanya Bhaktya Bhagavati Akilatmani. Sadrusu Asitivah Panta Yoginam Brahma Siddhaye. These are different yogis. Unless they offer everything to the or come to the stage of bhakti, there is no auspicious. Nas Sadrusu Asitivah Panta. Sivaha Panta. It is not auspicious path if it is not bhakti. Okay, this is the primary qualification for being one with the Lord. This is just like Uttanapadir, Mai Sangatatma, Mai Sangatatma. So one can become just in qualities equal to Krishna. So Dhruv Maharaj, when he was meditating, keeping the Lord in his heart, at that time Lord mentions to the demigod that he is Uttanapadir, Mai Sangatatma. So Uttanapada, this is son of Uttanapada. So because he is completely absorbed in my thoughts, um, and then my Sangatatma. So one with the Lord, being one with the Lord, that is primary qualification. A person who is able to attain this transcendental qualification is called Jivan Mukta. So while he is liberated, even though he is in the apparently in material conditions. So it is not the dress that he is having the sannyasi or white dress or appearing like very beautifully working, but internally in his heart, what it is, whether he has achieved these qualities beyond this kind of a pride, Janma Aishwarya Sruta Sri Bihi Edamana Madah Puman, all these things, whether he has transcended or uh, are still entangled within this material world for this attachment to these material things. Okay, so this is Jivan Mukta. It can be achieved Jnana Vairagyuktena Bhakti Yuktena Chatmana Paripasthiti Udasinam Prakritim cha Hatojasam Prakritim cha Hatavojasam. The material nature does not work on that particular person because he is Jnana Vairagya Yuktena Bhakti Yogena Chatmana. Paripasthiti Udasinam. Even material nature also, it does not act on him. It will not show its power, its strength. Prakritim cha hata vojasam. Vojasam is the energy. Prakritim cha hata is means diminished energy of the material nature. What is the diminished energy of the material nature means? Sometimes we are agitated by the senses, getting angry, getting lusty, getting greedy. These things will not prevail in one's mind. That is the material nature's influence. So sometimes if someone says that you are a dog, then that person, if he is affected by material nature, immediately he will get angry. And if he is not affected, then he simply laughs and keep going on in his duty. So he is not affected. Okay, he is asevayayam prakuter gunanam jnanena vairagya um, jnana vairagya vijrumbitena. Yogena mai apitayate bhaktya Mam Pratyekatmanam iha avarunde. Pratyekatmanam iha avarunde. He would achieve that kind of liberation while he is living here. That is called Jivan Mukta. Asevayayam Prakritir Gunanam. So he is not servant of three material modes of nature or not. He is servant of that senses and the mind. So this liberation is achieved by one who constantly engages in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. that happens. So devotees who goes to the temple somewhere are always engaging in the service, just hearing, engage the senses into the service of the Lord, hearing Krishna Katha all the time, reading some books of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is the Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedhanam. All the 9 kinds of devotional services. Okay, so in the Prabhupada is quoting from Bhakti. From the Bhakti Ratna, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. इह यस्य हरे दास्ये कर्मणा मनसा गिरा सो निखिलास्वपि अवस्थासु जीवन्मुक्तः स उच्यते. Nikhlaswapi avastasu, in all kinds of times and circumstances, if he is situated, karmana manasa gira. Karmana manasa gira. So by the activities, by the mind, and also by the words, in all the 3 levels. Nikhilaswapi avastasu, when we situate ourselves in that particular state, if we speak only Krishna Katha, if we think only Krishna is coming into the mind, oh, what Krishna would be doing, and how, what could be the Krishna's perspective in executing my duties day to day, how Krishna would have suggested me if I am acting like this, whether he is asking me to tolerate if something is unfair to me, titikshaya. So likewise, immediately always we think of Krishna and act accordingly. And also when we speak about Krishna only. Jivad, that is called Jivad Muktaha Sabuchyate. So that is the anyone who is by his actions, mind and words lives only for the transcendental loving service of the Lord is certainly a liberated soul. Although even though he may appear to be in the condition of the material existence. So Buddha was in such a transcendental position, and thus he was selected to be the factual representative of the Lord. So and also Krishna says to Buddha, Natatami Priyatama Atma Yonihi na Sankaraha, Nata Sankashnu na Shrihi na Evatma cha Yata Bhavan. So that's why I like you more than anyone, including myself, more than Brahma or Lord Shiva or Sankarsana or Goddess of Fortune, even myself. Comparing with all these including Krishna, all other 4 personalities, Buddha is more dearer to Krishna. Natatami Priyatama. So that much Krishna loves Buddha. Okay, so that is, he was selected to be the factual representative of the Lord in his bodily absence from the vision of the world. Such a devotee of the Lord is never affected by material strength, intelligence, or even renunciation. Such a devotee of the Lord can withstand all onslaughts of the material nature, and therefore he is known as Goswami. So Go means senses, Swami means master, master of the senses. And only such Goswamis can penetrate the mysteries of the Lord's transcendental loving relationships. Vishite tadanantaram, he can enter into the pastimes of the Lord. Bhaktyamam abhichanati yavanishakshmi tatpataha tato mam tattvutadhyatva vishite tadanantaram. They enter into the further deep. Bhagavad Gita speaks all this preliminary knowledge, but Bhagavatam there we could see all intricacies in what intricacies what Krishna is doing, how he is acting with his devotee. That is where we relish more and more. That is, Pipata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhui Bhavukaha. Okay, that is further. Okay, so this is all about Uddhava. So Uddhava is no way is less than Krishna. So likewise, Krishna was thinking. So here, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. And there is one thing like Yaspindra Gopa Matavendra Mahosva Karma Bandhanurupa Palabhajanam Atanoti Karma Nidhati Kinsacha Bhakti Bhajam Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So here, starting from a Indra Gopa, a little small creature, and up to Indra, the king of heaven, Indra. यस्त्विन्द्रगोपम् अथवा इन्द्रम् अहो स्वकर्म बन्धानुरूपफलभाजनम् आतनोति. Everyone bandha anurupa phalabhajanam, trying to they're entangled by these material modes of nature. Karma nidhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. They cannot get out of those entanglement without any bhakti. So this is everyone are affected in this material world. Brahma mentions that that is the reason. ये अभ्युचितात्मपि च नृगतिं प्रपन्न ज्ञानं च तत्त्वविषयं सह धर्मं यत्र नाराधन भगवतो विचरन्त्य मुष्या सम्मोहिता विदितया भतमाययाते. So this human form of life is very, very important. Even myself, or demigods, even myself, and I also wanted to take birth as a human and get into the knowledge of Krishna consciousness and engage jnanam ch tattva vishayam sahadharmam yatra, while engaging in the devotional service. Sahadharmam yatra. And if one does not follow that kind of things, yeah, then it is naradana bhagavato vitarintya mushya sammohita viditaya bhatamayayate. They are bewildered by the external energy of the Lord, by looking at the material things, whatever we see, which is temporary. Even our body does not stay for long, and even this material nature, whatever we see, it may in one particular time, it will also be dissoluted. He does not understand, but he is eternal. But he is not acting in that position as a Mamaivam Jivaloke Jiva Bhutaha Sanatanaha, not acting as the part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we need to understand it. He is bewildered by the material nature. But here Buddhava न बुद्धो अनुपि मन्योनो यद्गुणैः आदितः प्रभुः. Buddha is not affected by these three material modes of nature. He is not even a pinch also, not less than me. That's why he could stay in this grahayan iha tishtatu. He can remain in this material world to spread Krishna consciousness. Ato madvayunam lokam grahayan iha tishtatu. Okay, likewise, Sukadeva Goswami mentioning to Parikshit. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, today letter to Upendra, September 29th, 1970, Calcutta. Okay, so can I request any unallocated devotees? It's Debashish Prabhuji's turn. Prabhuji is not here. Can I request any unallocated devotee to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, may I?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Upendra, I beg to acknowledge receipt of your very encouraging letter dated September 21st, 1970, along with some nice photos of your Sydney activities and some favorable reports from the local newspapers. All this publicity is very nice for our movement, and people are beginning to seriously appreciate our work. I have had good reports from Jagadisha in Toronto, and he says that in Canada, the people are very receptive to our Krishna consciousness philosophy. I am very glad to know that you are following a strict schedule of devotional service and that will keep you all strong in Krishna consciousness. Please maintain this standard and improve further. It appears that Krishna is giving you nice facilities and nice devotees also for fulfilling his mission in Australia. Please train the new devotees nicely and have them carefully read our literatures so they get a fine understanding of our Krishna consciousness. Regarding your invitations to speak at different gatherings of yogis, etc., wherever you go, speak pure Krishna consciousness. God is one, He is all attractive. Therefore, His technical name is Krishna. In other words, Krishna is God and God means Krishna. So you can preach this philosophy anywhere, never mind whether it is to yogis or bhogis. Please offer my blessings to all the boys and girls. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, in this letter?
So in this letter, it's from his devotee from Australia, and he is very happy that all works in Sydney is going very well, and they are also getting very nice publicity. Their reports are covered in the local newspaper, and and also people are appreciating their work. So there are more and more people becoming interested in the movement, and this is all because he has been following all the principles strictly and nicely, and and then he feels that it is blessing of Krishna that everything is going nicely there. And even in Canada they are receiving uh, positive reaction from people, and everything is going very well over there as well. And um, and yes, with help of Lord's blessing, he is able to conduct all these activities and all this preaching activities nicely in Sydney as well. And he has also focused on the importance of literature, so he has asked him to train new devotees. He has asked them to read the literatures properly and nicely. And regarding what to speak in the gathering, he has advised him to speak only of about Lord Krishna, and because God is Krishna and Krishna means God. So he says that if you preach this philosophy is like a universal philosophy, and it can be preached to everyone. There is no separate things that it is only preached to yogis or not to other people. So it's not like that. So it can be preached to everybody. Yes, Prabhuji, that's it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully described. Um, okay. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter? Okay, so here one point here. Uh, God is one, only one. He is all attractive, therefore his technical name is Krishna. This is technical name. It comes by the qualities. If I wanted to name some particular object with what it is to be called, by taking of its actions, adverbs or verbs, and then qualities, and based on all these things, we give the name. So that name is Krishna, is all attractive, and this is plus. In other words, Krishna is God, and God means Krishna. So that is Krishna. And Krishna, sometimes God does not have one name, so or he has got innumerable names. All innumerable names comes by all his pastimes, his beauty, glorifying his beauty, and he kills demons, and then Keshava. So killed Kesidima, he got Keshava name. Killed Madhu demon, and then he got Madhusudana. Son of Yashoda, Yashoda Nandana, Nandana, Vasudeva Nandana, Devaki Nandana. Likewise, Bhaktavatsala, all names, so innumerable names comes, millions of names. But God is only one. Some people call in their different languages, but He is only one, all attractive. So the same philosophy can be preached to yogis or bhogis, either materialistic people or even the renounced people, or the yogis or transcendents, anyone. It is for everyone. Okay, so that is from this Prabhupada's letter. There are many other reflections as well, but time. So when we are engaging here in the devotional service, Krishna gives all facilities. And whatever we learn, we give whenever we try to give it to others, then it will multiplyably, it will increase within us. It will more knowledge will be revealed to us. When we have got inclination to spread, inclination to speak about Krishna to others, then Krishna give more and more times reflections in the heart. That's why devotees are all trying to preach on Tuesdays. You would practically experience those things. He will give you all the remembrance, the smriti, mattaha smriti jnanam apohanam cha. Everything Krishna gives. Okay, so we just need to be as an instrument. Okay, so we need, taking that opportunities, train the new devotees nicely and have them carefully read our literature so they get a fine understanding of our Krishna consciousness. So both sides, whoever is the hearer or new devotees, they also must be having Adu Shraddha. They must be having Shraddha. So when we wanted to bring a nice flower tree or fruit tree, we need a proper fertilizer ground and seeds needs to be very strong and good seeds as well. When we put the seed on the fertilizer ground, then it will grow very nicely. If the ground is not good, it cannot fructify or it will not come out. It will not sprout from the soil. Okay, so both needs to be things. So other side is Shraddha. And from a devotee side, he must be having desire to fulfill the desire of Krishna. Okay, so this is from Prabhupada's letter, my reflection. Yeah. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got a preaching practice session at 8 p.m. with Prabhavati Sachi Mataji. Okay, that is from announcements point of view. And dear devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।